Welcome to RA 125. We're going to jump right into it. Since this is an intersession class, we have no time to waste. So things are getting started today on December 26th. For those of you that celebrate the holidays, I hope that you had a nice holiday. And I hope you're ready to jump back in to some school. So, as this is an online class, everything that we do will be through Blackboard. It's going to be really important that you know how to use Blackboard. So if you are not super familiar with Blackboard, please take the time to complete this Blackboard orientation. It's going to be really helpful for you because of the amount of time that this course is going to take over the next 11 days. I don't want you to spend extra time because you don't know how to access things. So as you already know, you're starting here in the introduction module. You are obviously listening to the video right now. And when you complete the video, then I'm going to encourage you to go right to the Blackboard quiz and take that. You do need to take that sometime today, December 26th. You can take it as many times as you need to get 100%. But the information in the quiz is really important because it's what you're going to be held accountable to during this course. So I want to make sure that you have really spent some time looking at the syllabus and looking at the information on Blackboard. Once you get through that, then you're ready to jump into the course and start on the learning modules. As you notice from the syllabus that you've already hopefully looked at, you are going to be given 2 or 3 modules every 2 days or so with activities to be completed during that time. And so you'll see each module. So for the first day on December 26th, it's modules 1 and 2. And you'll notice the learning outcomes, what it is I expect you to get out of that module. Those are listed there. Those are really important because those are also what you're going to be tested on. And then the activities and assignments for the module. These are the activities that you need to complete in order to get credit for completing the module and the participation points that go along with that. You'll notice for each of the activities, for most of the activities in the module, you just have to complete it before the end of the time period for the module, but there are some activities that will have specific times. So you notice for the reading assignment, you do have to complete that by the end of the day today on the 26th. And the same holds true for module number 2. Again, the learning outcomes and then the activities that you need to complete and the specific due dates that some of them have. Otherwise, again, all the activities for the module that don't have dates just need to be completed by the end of that module period. When you click on a module, the first activity is going to open up. If you click on the table of contents, it will show you all of the activities for that module. Again, this will coincide with what you just saw on the opening page of the module where it lists all the activities. And so you can just go right in order through all the activities. Let's go to the syllabus. So again, syllabus, really important that you spend some time becoming familiar with it. But I'm going to jump right down to the schedule. So again, you can see that for each 2-day period, you have 2 or 3 modules to complete. So for the 26th and 27th, you're going to complete the introduction module, the labels module, and the attitudes module. For each, it lists the reading assignment for that module. So for the labels modules, you're required to read from your textbook, chapter 1, and pages 114 to 118, and the first Blackboard reading. And I'll show you that in just a moment. For the attitudes module, you're required to read from the text, pages 76 through 84. You'll notice that it gives you assignment due dates. So for the syllabus quiz from the introduction module, you need to complete that by the end of the day today. For your reading questions for both the labels and the attitude module, you need to complete those by the end of the day today. And the quiz on this first set of modules, you'll need to complete by the end of the day on the 27th. So that would be the end of the day tomorrow. And you'll see that same structure for these next 11 days. One of the things you are going to notice is that for the modules that bump up into what would be a weekend, so for instance, December 29th is Friday. And so the reality is that this module should just be the 28th and the 29th. But I've given you the whole weekend to complete those activities if you want it. You absolutely can complete everything by the 29th, and I have it set up that way. If you'd prefer not to think about class over the weekend, that's perfectly fine. So that's kind of your choice. If you want to complete things within that 2-day, 28th and 29th, or if you want to have some of it take a little bit longer and go through the 31st. That's up to you. Same holds true for the following weekend. You can complete everything January 4th and 5th, or you can take it through the 7th if you want. I'm going to jump back to the beginning of the syllabus. So the way you contact me is via email. I am not on campus during intersession, so you'll want to reach me via email. I do respond to email pretty quickly, but do allow 24 to 36 hours that it could take me to respond, although I should respond to you faster than that. I've already sent you information about your textbook. You are required to have this text. You have reading assignments due as of today. And as I've stated, you do need to have the 4th edition of the text. And some of you have asked me if you could do the 3rd edition. You need the 4th edition of the text. I have posted where you can get it online, and I'll show you that in just a minute if for some reason you don't have the textbook yet. I will let you go through all of the learning outcomes. What's important for you to know is that this course does meet requirements for both the Recreation Administration program and the Liberal Studies program, as well as fulfills requirements for the American Humanics, or the Humanics Certificate, excuse me. So in terms of requirements, participation is required. Those activities that I just showed you for the different modules, you are required to complete those activities, and those go into your participation grade. And those participation grades are based on those module sets, as you can see here. So you have 5 opportunities to be given a participation grade. I will count the top 4 grades that you receive for that. So it is possible for you to miss one of the participation grades and still receive full credit. For reading questions, you are required to complete reading questions for all of your reading assignments. Those reading questions are due the first day of the modules. The intent of the reading questions is, 1, to make sure you do the reading, but 2, to also have you be thinking critically about the reading. So not just do it by rote and not really pay attention, but to really think about what you're reading and to consider what makes sense to you, what doesn't make sense to you, what do you want more information on, what do you need to expand your knowledge on, or what do you question, what is different from your past experience or what agrees with your past experience. So you're going to provide me with questions based on the reading, things that you just want more information on. And hopefully that will help to engage you in the other activities for the module and the information for the module. You are also required to complete a research paper and an agency visitation. Those are the 2 papers you're required to complete. The research paper will be on a recreation intervention. You will have an option of interventions to choose from. And then the agency visitation needs to be at an agency that provides recreation services to people with disabilities. That could be at a segregated agency or an inclusive agency. For the liberal studies students, you are allowed to go to a school. If you would prefer to do that, that's perfectly fine. It can be either a segregated or inclusive classroom, but you do need to arrange your visit so that you can also see a physical education or adaptive physical education program while you're there, in addition to what you witness in the classroom itself. There will be 5 quizzes, so you'll be quizzed on each of those groupings of modules, and you'll see here the dates of the quizzes, when it will be available to you. Again, the quiz will be on Blackboard. It will be available as of this date and time, and then it will be due by this date and time. So, for instance, for the first set of modules, the quiz will be made available by noon on the 27th, and you have to take it by midnight on that day. You are required, you do need to complete the quiz in 1 attempt. It is a timed quiz, and you'll really want to make sure that you are sitting at a computer, not on a tablet or a phone. And you also want to really make sure you have a good internet connection, because if that quiz does get interrupted, or if the internet stops, you won't be able to go back to it again. So it's going to be really important that you're at a secure place before you take it. So you can see the grading on here. And then also, I'm going to encourage you really strongly to take some time to look at the course policies. All of your assignments are due at the designated time. I do not accept late assignments for written papers, for quizzes, for any module activity. It all has to be done on time. And since we are reliant on Blackboard for this, I strongly encourage you to do things early, in advance. Having their technical difficulties isn't a reason for it acceptable to have something be late. So you are going to want to really make sure that you get things done early, and to get them loaded onto Blackboard, just to make sure there aren't problems. We'll go back to the announcements. This will always be your homepage. There's information about me and my background so that you can get to know me a little bit better. And then I also have posted the Blackboard information. If you are having trouble with Blackboard, this is where you need to go. These are the people you need to contact. I can't help you with technical issues. So you absolutely want to be going to the Resource Center or the Help Desk to get assistance in that area. Let's see, what else? Just as a reminder, let's go. Blackboard does get maintenance, and can be down. Specifically, Blackboard is going to be down the end of the day, January 5th through noon on the 7th. Pay attention to that, because that's right in the period of one of the module periods. So be aware of that. And again, they're always going to post, if they're doing service, they're going to tell you here on the main page. So go to that and use that information. This course is going to take a lot of your time. Think about it. This is a 3-unit course that usually is done over 16 weeks. So expect to spend about between 4 and 5 hours a day on the content for this course, and then maybe an hour to 2 extra working on the papers and those outside assignments. And that's equivalent to what you would do over the course of those 16 weeks. So, plan your time during this intersession so that you can be successful. The other thing that's really important is that you need to stay on top of all the assignments and activities for this course. You will be much more successful the more of a self-starter you are, and the more organized you can be to stay on top of things. Contact me via email if you have any questions or concerns. The last thing I want to point out really quick, the reading assignments from Blackboard that you will see that are required are all here in this file. And then Details on each of the assignments you have for class you can also find in this assignments folder, and this is also where you're going to turn in your research paper and your agency visitation paper. Thanks a lot. I look forward to getting to know you.